everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate Morning Pick Show. Eric, it's the last one of the regular season. How does that make you feel?
You know what, dude? It's been a good year. Uncle Rico's up a little over 50U, 51.98U to be exact.
Almost at
got
60
Tulane,
U year to date?
got that's just this season in college football. Hit Tulane. We got our 40-1 future alive. We hit Tulane yesterday plus 2.5. 40-1 future live going into the AAC championship, and hit Missouri plus the 3.5. They're part of a money line round robin. Off to a good start. Looking to finish off strong, my man.
Baylor has been disappointed me. And then I don't even know what the hell Wyoming was doing yesterday.
See, I admit it. The only game I watched the Missouri game, and then I was outside putting up Christmas lights at my parents' place. I had a little manual labor Uncle Rico had to get done yesterday. So
well, you got to put up the Christmas lights.
I had a little manual labor. Gotta respect the parents. So I was doing a little work, so I missed. Anything after that, I missed it. So when you were texting me about the Nebraska game yesterday, I literally had no idea what was going on.
Nebraska, Iowa haven't won in like the last 5 years. We go up, I think.
I like you say we. I like you say we. Like
say
you're in the war room.
I mean, it's dragging for us fans too. It's hard. It's hard to be a fan sometimes. So Nebraska goes up 17-0 at half.
Yes.
And I don't feel safe. I don't love it. I don't love life at the moment. We score one touchdown in the third quarter and then don't score again, and Iowa slowly starts to come back.
Yep.
And I'm about to pound my head through a wall. But we hold out. I did bet Nebraska plus 10.5. And as a little safety measure, I will say at halftime, I did sprinkle a little. I'm just going to be honest with everyone out there. I did sprinkle a little bit on Iowa money line just in case they came back to middle it out.
Strategic hedge. I like it.
Yep, because I got him at plus 600, and I was like, I probably should have bet him at like plus 13.5, but I just wanted that money line.
Okay.
I still got the plus 10.5. I had a decent day yesterday. Wyoming kind of screwed me. And then I just got pounded on Thanksgiving.
How?
NFL plays.
Dude.
Like, not counting that. I just got, like, I had the over in the Bills-Giants. Sorry, Bills-Lions. I had the under in the Giants-Cowboys. The only bet that I actually hit was was Giants plus 8.5 or 9.5 or something like that.
Hey, you want to ask me how Uncle Rico did?
Uncle Rico, how have you been doing this weekend? I feel like it's pretty damn good.
Well,
how'd you do Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, it started out great. We hit Portugal and Guam over 2.5 right before the Lions game started. So I was able to switch over to that. After that, we hit Lions plus 10. Almost took down Lions plus 370. Hit the Giants plus 9. Darius Slade over 48.5 yards receiving. And then we hit the Vikes minus the 2.5. So nice business casual 10-unit day ROI for me.
Nice business casual 10-unit friggin' day. Let's get into today college football's slate. It's a pretty nice one. Last week of the regular season, starting off, we have Army at UMass. Army is a 20-point favorite on the road, over under 45. UMass is plus 750 on the money line.
I lean UMass. These service academies laying that many points is always hard to cover.
I lean UMass as well. I really wish we would have seen it get to 21.
Oh, I didn't bet it. There's no way I bet it.
I'm saying like I would have bet it if it crossed 21.
I gotcha.
I lean towards UMass as well. I wish we would have seen it get to 21. Coastal Carolina, JMU. James Madison's a 15-point favorite, over under 53, plus 430 on the money line. I'm leaning to maybe, God, I want to dabble with Coastal here. I know. No Grayson McCall. They're already locked up.
Yeah, they're already locked up. JMU, this is it. They can't play in the conference championship
this
game.
is
They
their
can't
game.
play in a bowl game. This is their game. Coastal Carolina, there's no like heated rivalry. You know what I mean? Like they don't, there's no, it's not like
There's no
the Sun
animosity.
Belt. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Sun Belt version of a rivalry game. So I think they're just going to go through the motions, try to keep everyone hurt, and this is JMU Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do I play an under?
No, don't do it.
No, I don't touch this
Don't
game.
do it.
Georgia State at Marshall. Marshall's -6, over under 45.5, plus 195 on the money line for Georgia State. I played Georgia State +6. I didn't touch anything else in this game.
I'm so disappointed in Georgia State. I did nothing with this game.
I just think that's too many points to be laying for a team that's like fairly decent. They've shown that they've been decent in the last stretch. And I don't think Marshall's fantastic. Georgia Tech. Georgia is sitting at a 35.5 point favorite, over under 49. I mean, Georgia's going to win. I don't know if they're going to win by 35.5, but they're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, maybe lean under because I don't know if Georgia Tech can score, but I don't want anything to do with this game.
The issue is I could see this, like, Georgia still going for that style point situation.
I think Georgia's basically just locked in.
I think
they're locked in. There's no.
Maybe they're overlooking this game because they have LSU on deck.
No,
I don't think so.
Georgia Tech doesn't have the guys.
No, like I don't think they have the guys, but maybe that's what you're saying to play to the under. Like
Yeah, that's
Georgia
what I say to play the under. Yeah. They'll get up and they'll just sit on the ball.
I'll play that. Well, let me see if I can see a team total for Georgia Tech. 6.5.
Play the under.
Plus 105 on the under.
There could no. Just play the under in the game. There could be like a fluky tutty, and you don't want to lose on a fluky tutty.
That's true. So they're 6.5. Georgia's total points is 42.5. I'm gonna play that under. I'm just gonna play the under.
Yeah. I got you, buddy. I got you.
I'm gonna play that under. Yeah, dang. What's your favorite Thanksgiving side, by the way?
Oh, stuffing. How about you?
Oh, dude, same. Stuffing or it's sweet potatoes?
See, I'm not a big sweet potato guy.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Michigan, Ohio State. It's the game, baby. Ohio State's an 8-point favorite, over under a 56, plus 250 on the money line for Michigan. So here's the way I'm approaching this game. If you like Ohio State, you might lean over. If you like Michigan, you're probably playing that under.
I'm playing nothing.
I am also going to play nothing.
I mean, here's the thing. Ohio State greatly improved that defense to go against the running attack for Michigan. Michigan's running back is banged up. They just tweeted out he's going to give it a go. If this comes on Michigan's quarterback to make passes, he just can't do it. He's been struggling all year. But this is over 8, so I want absolutely nothing to do with it.
Man, I almost want to take Michigan, but I'm going to stay away from this one. I don't want anything to do with it. Because the two scenarios I see it, because Ohio State's all their receivers are banged up, basically. And I don't...
Yeah.
I don't like that either. I almost want to play the under, but then if I'm playing the under, then I want to leave Michigan. There's too much going on here. I'm just going to stay away from my own sanity. New Mexico State at Liberty. Liberty is a 24.5 point favorite, over under at 50.5, plus 1,100 on the money line for New Mexico State.
Pass.
I think I took Liberty in my big spread parlay, so that's basically all I'm going to do with this game. That's as much as I'm going to play with it. Yeah, I did take Liberty in this one. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to do anything else with this game because it's gross. ODU at South Alabama. South Alabama is a 15.5 point favorite, over under 47.5, plus 475 on the money line for ODU. Gotta want to take ODU here.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, there are some teams we absolutely nailed, and I feel the team that we nailed the best was South Alabama. I feel that was the one we absolutely nailed. I don't want to take ODU here just because they're 3-8. They're playing for nothing. South Alabama, I mean, it's senior day. They've had a great season. They're going to want to go out with a bang.
I think is there still a chance they make the call? No? Troy's locked in?
Troy is locked in.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they win and Troy loses, then
that's what I'm saying.
They're in. Yeah. Yeah. So, but if they both win, then it's Troy's because Troy won that game, that Thursday night game.
I'm gonna
So,
do it. I'm gonna take ODU plus 15.5. They're
jeez,
sneaky about these. That's too many points for an ODU team. Like, yes, they've lost a lot of games, but they've covered some good spreads.
like that Virginia Tech one.
Yeah. Yeah. Rutgers at Maryland. Maryland's minus 14, over under 48, plus 425 on the money line for the Rutgers, fighting Rutgers Knights Rutgers.
I mean, this is another one of those games. I mean, Maryland has their 6 wins. They're locked up. They're in a bowl game. Rutgers has nothing to play for. If this is Rutgers senior day and they're playing in New Jersey, I'd totally be on Rutgers here, but tough to know what to do in this situation. I'm going to pass.
What's the status on Talia?
I think he's going to give it a go.
Okay. I'm looking through Talia. So many updates of quarterback Talia Tungavailoa to be game time decision, like October, September, all three. He's been banged up all year.
He's just living on the injury report.
He's just living on the injury report. I want to take Rutgers plus the 14. I'm gonna not, but that's my lean.
Okay.
South Carolina at Clemson. Clemson minus 14, over under 53, plus 425 on the money line for South Carolina. This all comes down to which there's two versions of South Carolina. The one that makes your team look like they're a Super Bowl contender, or the one that makes your team look like you're dumb and don't know what you're doing.
I think the issues. I think the game last week was more of how poorly Tennessee's DBs are than what South Carolina's bringing to the table. Clemson has one exceptional DB, one above average DB. I think Rattler's going to struggle. I would lean Clemson here. Clemson's also kind of working for some style points. They're going to need a little help. They're back alive to get into the college football playoffs. I'm going to pass, but I'd lean Clemson, or I'd lean Clemson first half.
I will take Clemson first half. 7.5. Give it to me. Clemson minus 7.5 first half. I'll take that all day.
Jimbo.
West Virginia at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's minus 8.5, over under 62, plus 265 on the money line for the Mountaineers.
I mean, I have to say, I was totally wrong at Bedlam, but that was the weirdest game I've ever seen in my life. Oklahoma scores 28 points, doesn't score the rest of the game, then Oklahoma State can't cover a 7.5. Tackling looked awful. Spencer Sanders out of whack. But this West Virginia team, like, what are they playing for? I mean, if they were 5-6 going in this game, I'd totally be on West Virginia. But again, this is the last game of the year. What is the effort you're going to get?
See, that's where I go.
Oklahoma State. Like, too many questions is just a pass.
When it's the last game of the year for some of these kids, I expect them to give it their all. Like, this, a lot of these guys for these schools, especially like a West Virginia or something like this, is their last time playing football.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they're going to lay it all out in the line. I like the West Virginia plus 8.5. I sprinkled a little bit on that money line.
Just a pass for. I got nothing until the 3:30 slate, dude. I'm sitting out
That's
this
fair.
Slate, which is a little weird for me.
You could enjoy some food, some leftovers, and just
maybe
chill
go
out.
see
pop your feet up.
See a little Wakanda Forever. See a little Black Panther too.
I'm gonna try and see a little Glass Onion this coming week.
I don't even know what that is, Jim.
It's do you remember Knives Out?
No.
Oh, well, then it doesn't matter to you. Western Kentucky at Florida Atlantic. FAU getting points. Western Kentucky's minus 7.5 on the road, over under of 62.5, plus 250 on the money line.
So I need to talk these games, but they need to be tied in. Can I do a tie-in?
Yeah, tie them in.
All right. So here's the situation. Western Kentucky versus Florida Atlantic is the same situation as Rice versus North Texas.
Yes.
Okay. Both teams need to win. So here's the situation.
Rice is North Texas is minus 14, over under 59. Just for everyone listening.
But that game starts at 2. If Florida Atlantic is winning, I expect North Texas to start pulling guys out. Because they're already locked in. If Western Kentucky loses,
that might be like a Rice live bet if North Texas is killing them.
Exactly. So we need to watch this game. If it looks like Florida Atlantic is going to win, then we need to hit Rice live because North Texas will start start resting guys. If Florida Atlantic is rolling, you just sit it out and sit out the North Texas game.
I really hope North Texas makes it because that means I have both players in the CUSA championship game.
God, just hashtag sharp.
Dude, if somehow if Purdue, we'll get to it later, if Purdue and Illinois both lose today and we beat Iowa, Nebraska beats Iowa, and still I get to cash the Iowa to win the Big Ten West ticket.
Just perfect scenario for Jimbo.
Oh, that'd be perfect. East Carolina at Temple. ECU's -10 on the road, over under 52, plus 310 on the money line for the Temple Owls.
For the Fighting Kurt Warner's kids. Offenses look better. East Carolina, last game of the year. They've locked in the bowl game. Again, I just don't want nothing to do with this game. Temple hasn't shown me anything. East Carolina's been hit and miss this whole year, especially that 42-3 against Houston was bad.
Yeah, they've been I've loved them, and then games like that happen. I wonder, what is this team?
Yeah.
What is East Carolina? Kent State at Buffalo. Did say I was betting every MAC game this week, and I stand by that. Buffalo's -4.5 at home, over under 52.5, plus 170 on the money line. Is Buffalo's not locked in? It's the MAC championship. It's between them and Ohio, right? Well, no,
I think Ohio's in.
Oh, Ohio's in?
Yeah. Ohio's 7-1 in the conference.
I think you're right.
Yeah, they're in.
They're in, so it is.
So what they're doing is they're playing that game that was lost next week on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, they're playing Akron Buffalo on Friday.
Okay, they're just going to play them on next Friday. Sweet.
Yeah.
This game does not matter. I'm going to play the over 52.5.
I'm going to play absolutely nothing.
It's a MAC game where Kent State is involved. I'm just, more often than not, I'm going to play that over.
And somehow our Buffalo under 6.5 is still alive.
It's amazing. I want to play Kent State money line so bad, but I should probably just play a whole bunch of money on Buffalo money line to middle it, but I'm not going to touch it.
Well, no, we got the game next week against Akron, so we can
Oh,
still
that's right. Well, because Buffalo plays it. Damn it, that's right. That might come into play. It's weird that game might come into play for our total. Akron, Northern Illinois, NIU's -10, over under 52, plus 280 on the money line for Akron, the Zips. I'm gonna take Akron +10 here. Too many points for this NIU team, and I'm gonna take the over 52.
Two bad teams always take the points, but I didn't bet this game. I have a lot of action today. I know it doesn't seem like it because we haven't gotten to it.
You got a lot of action later.
It's coming. The 3:30 window is going to be intense for me.
Also, don't take anything I say. I have a lot of action every day throughout. It's Eric has come to know there's not too many games I don't like to play.
The level you're at, is just amazing to me because I can never have that many games out. I feel like today
You're stressing.
Too much out. Yeah.
Rice at North Texas. We talked about this one already, but North Texas is -14, over under 59. Watch this one to live bet, folks.
Yeah.
This is a live bet special. We have about 1 to 2 of these a week. I might take Rice live. Just watch this one. Louisville at Kentucky. Kentucky's -3 at home, over under 42.5, plus 130 on the money line for Louisville. I don't know. Both these teams stink.
I'm looking at it. I would lean toward the under because Kentucky and under. The only games that have gone over this total was the Vanderbilt game and the Tennessee game. So I would lean toward the under here, and the Mississippi State game. Excuse me. Kentucky's not scoring many points.
Well, but I'm not gonna. I don't like it. Auburn at Alabama. Alabama's -22, over under 50.5, plus 1,000 on the money line for Auburn. I took Auburn.
Jimbo.
With the points. I took a money line.
I did not take a money line. I just took them plus the points. I think this is just way too many points. They're going to run the ball. They're playing for Cadillac. They obviously want Cadillac to be the coach. I don't know long term. And don't get me wrong. I love Cadillac Williams. But is he the right answer long term? Is he able to do all the little things? I don't know. I mean, if he can, I think he should go. And what do I mean by little things? The NIL, the transfers.
The
Because this is his first job. He was the running back coach,
yeah,
and he came in and they're running the ball and their offense is looking great. I would love him to get the job. I love the energy he brings, but what was it? I think it was like West Virginia. They had an interim coach that came in and they won a bowl game and they kept him there and he struggled. He wasn't the right hire.
it's the
I think it was
same
like
thing with
Bill Stewart
Nebraska
or
and
something.
Mickey Joseph. Like the energy is
Yeah.
great, the players love him, and I would love if we get another coach that comes in, like say we get quote unquote Matt Rule, rumors. Um, I'd love for him to stick around. Like it's in his contract that he could stick around, that he won't get fired.
Yeah. I mean, I would love Cadillac to keep it. I think the kids are going to fight for him. I heard regardless, win or lose, there's not going to be enough teams to get to six. They're going to be going to the Birmingham Bowl if they don't get to 6 wins. Definitely a team I'm going to be looking to back in the bowl game, and I'll back them here. I think this is too many points. The running game's looking good. Bryce Young, how much are we really going to see from him? Alabama's got a lot of guys that they're not playing for a championship. They're getting ready to take that next step in their career.
Yeah, this is Alabama. We've seen year in and year out. It's championship or bust.
Yeah, so I
Like
just, I don't, I, I think this is way too many points for a team that's going to fight, a team that's going to be able to run the ball. Auburn in the trenches hasn't looked the best. I'll take Auburn here. I got him at plus 23. I did not sprinkle, though, however, on that money line.
I did sprinkle at plus 1,000.
Dude, look at you, did you?
Hawaii at San Jose State. San Jose State minus 15.5, over under 58, plus 450 on the money line for Hawaii. It sucks, but San Jose State really hasn't been the same since the tragedy.
It is.
Which
It's awful.
it's
It's
awful.
absolutely awful. Here's the thing. In terms of gambling wise, if you follow Jim and myself and San Jose State over 6.5, whatever you put on that, you put half on the Hawaii money line to
I
hedge your
did put
position.
some on Hawaii money line, and I did
Yeah.
bet Hawaii plus 15.5.
Okay. That makes sense.
I
I
think
mean,
San
like
Jose State. I think San Jose State wins, but I
for
think it's
me, I just
close.
want to be in a position right now. So like I risked 2.2 units to win 2 units on the San Jose State over 6.5. I'm putting 1 unit on
Hawaii money line at
Miami
plus. Yeah,
for whatever. So that way, like, look, I'm making a unit either way.
yeah.
So
It's called smart gambling, people.
it's called being a professional, bud.
It's what we're about here. Illinois at Northwestern. Illinois minus 15 on the road, over under of 38, plus 450 on the money line for Northwestern. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's just too many points
This
for a
game
Big Ten
got
West team.
interesting too, just because your boys beat Iowa. Illinois technically is an outside shot; they can technically still get in. Some of these Northwestern coaches are going to be coaching for their job. So yeah, I would definitely lean toward Northwestern here,
Do
but
I
that
play this
offense
under?
offense hasn't been the same. Quarterback's just been awful,
Oh,
just
terrible.
awful. And
Terrible.
they got some walk on now playing, and always it all like you sit back and you and I watch these like Sun Belt Conference USA games, these Group of Five games, and
These
you
MAC
see
games.
you see an athletic quarterback. You see a quarterback that can sling, and then you watch like a Michigan State or a Northwestern game and see how putrid their quarterback play is. And you're just kind of like, why can't they get a quarterback like that? It just, I don't know. I think Northwestern really needs to kind of take a look in the mirror. You need to get a new DC, modernize the offense a little bit more, and trying to look to get that multifaceted quarterback, kind of like Cook from Missouri. That kid's great. Like,
Yep.
why can't Northwestern get a kid like him?
Maybe they're not. It's probably because they're not what they're looking for in a quarterback is stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
got to revamp the whole offense. They got to give it
definitely.
a total facelift.
So with a total of 38, we move over to Memphis SMU. SMU minus 4.5, over under of 69. This was like 73 not too long ago. Plus 160 on the money line for Memphis.
You know, nothing.
I took the over. I took the over in this one. Just it's a blind system play of SMU is playing. I bet the over.
I mean, both these teams are locked in for a bowl game. I don't want anything to do with it.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Minnesota, Wisconsin. I think this is the lowest total on the board. Wisconsin's minus 3.5. Over under of 36.5. Oh, plus 150 on the money line for Minnesota.
That was a brutal Minnesota game last week against Iowa.
It's probably gonna be brutal again.
Nothing. I want absolutely nothing to do in this game.
If this was under 3, I'd be all over Wisconsin, but as it stands, I'm not going to touch it. Oregon State's the Civil War. Oregon minus 2.5, over under 57.5, plus 115 on the money line for Oregon State. This line is telling me that I don't think Bo Nix is he's either not playing or he's not healthy.
Well, Uncle Rico got it 3.5. At this number, I'd still kind of lean there. I don't like it as much. Obviously, is my 3.5. My thought process is this. Oregon State, one of the best defenses in the country. Bo Nix is banged up. Even if he can play, him not being able to run, and we saw that last week against Utah, is really going to limit the explosiveness of this Ducks offense. I think Oregon's going to be able to run the ball with their two-headed running game. I think they're going to be able to get to Nix, who's not going to be as mobile. And we've seen it. There's a night and day difference between road Bo Nix and home Bo Nix. Give me the Beavers here. I locked him in at 3.5. I still like him at 2.5, though, not as much.
I'm going to play this under 57.5.
What did Jimbo do?
If I couldn't get him at 3.5, I'll at least play something. Purdue at Indiana. Purdue minus 10 on the road. Over under of 53. Plus 290 on the money line. Going to take Indiana plus the 10 here because weird shit happens. I think Purdue's the better team. They are also, Purdue wins and they're in the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, Purdue wins. They're in.
Sneaky, legit Jeff Brom season.
Yeah, but this is kind of, I would lean Indiana here, but am I going to bet it? Hell no.
I'm going to bet it. Fuck yeah.
What are you doing?
I might sprinkle a little bit on that money line. Because I still, I don't know. Purdue doesn't have good things happen to them a lot of the times. It is their per destiny. Troy at Arkansas State. Troy's minus 13.5, over under 44.5, plus 390 on the money line for Arkansas State. I'm gonna stay.
All right, so this is another game. Hypothetically, let's say this one starts at 3:30. South Alabama. South Alabama's at 12. Let's say something funky happens in that 12 o'clock game. ODU pulls off the upset. Now you circle in, lock in Arkansas State because what's Troy going to do? You know what I mean?
They're not game.
Yeah, another live bet or pre-flop game. This is the one where you can start watching. If Old Dominion has a lead in the fourth quarter, that's when you want to put it in because as soon as that game's over, that's when it's going to drop. You got to be thinking ahead of the curve. So about 8 minutes left in this South Alabama game, that's when you want to be looking at this game.
Get your updates ready, folks. UAB at Louisiana Tech. UAB minus 18 on the road, over under 55.5, plus 600 on the money line for La Tech.
That's a lot of points, dude.
That is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points. But you know what? At the end of the day, this Louisiana Tech team, has been an utter train wreck. UAB needs this to get into a bowl game. Obviously, this was probably our easiest under we hit of under 9.5 on the season. I don't want anything to do with this game. This is a pure pass for me.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this one as well. UTEP at UTSA. The battle of four-letter acronym Texas teams that aren't really that close to each other. UTSA is minus 17, over under a 56.5, plus 600 on the money line for UTEP.
See, here's the thing. Jim and I always do an early in the week show. On that show, on Tuesday, I mentioned how last year UTEP, perfect season in the same exact spot, sat people against North Texas and lost. This year, locked in the same exact spot, and if they did it when they were perfect, why aren't they going to do it now? You know what I mean? I think they're going to rest a lot of players, or guys only play a half. I locked in UTEP plus 18.5 earlier in the week, and I locked them in at plus 700. I think they're live here. I think they can straight up win the game. I think their defense is legit, especially if UTSA is going to be playing these guys that haven't got rep, don't have game time. Yeah, I don't see why USTA is going to be playing all their guys. I think UTEP's live here. They needed to go to Bowling. I locked them in at plus 18.5 and plus 700. Still like it where it is now on the board.
Yeah, I still like it where it is now. I will play it where it is now. Wake Forest at Duke.
Nothing.
Wake is minus 3.5, over under 67, plus 135 on the money line for Duke. I don't know. I might throw a little on Duke, but I don't like this game. I'm not going to touch it.
You're not a big fan of Duke football?
No, but like Wake has been so weird these last like 3 or 4 weeks. It all depends on what Wake Forest comes out. I just don't like it.
I want absolutely nothing to do.
Iowa State, TCU. TCU minus 9.5, over under of 46, plus 295 on the season ruiner Cyclones. Give me Iowa State. Money line.
So Matt Campbell as a dog is 63% ATS. Absolutely insane, right?
Insane.
As a dog getting in general, so this is when he was at where's that other school
Toledo?
he was at? When he was at Toledo. Okay, are you ready for this number? 13-2. That's 87% ATS. Woo! This guy just covers. And I'm just gonna say it. Like, these Tulane kids have just been playing game after game after game after game. Dykes is in the media. He's saying how his team is banged up, saying how he needs a break. They should have lost that game against Baylor. Iowa State, by far, best defense in the Big 12. I think they're going to limit this TCU offensive attack, especially on the ground. And with how bad TCU's defense is, when the best player on the field is Xavier Hutchinson for Iowa State, I think he's going to be able to exploit the secondary. I locked Iowa State in at plus 10. I also
got him at plus 10.
Took him at plus 300.
Yep, I did as well. I still like him here. They're going to play spoiler. Maybe TCU jumps on him early, but might be a live bet situation for Iowa State as well. Michigan State at Penn State. Your Sparties, baby. Taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State is minus 19.5 right now, over under a 53, plus 700 on the money line for Michigan State.
I want nothing here. Did you hear the story? Like, Mel Tucker got a $100,000 bonus. Didn't give. I guess he was. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. The story going around Twitter, and we all know Twitter can be hit or miss. But if this is true, this is something. He was supposed to give this $100,000 bonus, break it up amongst the coaching staff. I just kept it off. No big deal. I deserve it.
Not a big deal. He totally does deserve it. He's been turning that program around. So they do. Michigan State does need this to make a bowl game.
But okay. If this was at Michigan State, I'd like it a lot more than it was if it was at Penn State. I mean, this is senior day for all those guys. That's a tough place to play. They're going to fight. And like you said numerous times, this is what Franklin does. He beats up subpar competition.
Yeah, they dominate against bad teams and then struggle against good teams. And then they're kind of all right against comparable teams.
Yeah.
But he does consistently week in and week out, he dominates bad teams. And Michigan State is a bad team. I got Penn State minus 18. The closer it creeps to 20, the less I like it. So that's where I'm sitting right now. Utah, Colorado. Utah minus 29.5, over under a 52. I took Utah. Give me Utah. Colorado sucks.
I want nothing to do with it.
Utah also playing for style points right now.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing for me.
Southern Miss at ULM. Southern Miss minus 3 on the road, over under a 50, plus 140 on the money line for University of Louisiana Monroe.
The Fighting Frank Gore Juniors need to win this game to get into a bowl game. I never lay points on the road, but I definitely lean Southern Miss here. Phenomenal defense. One of the most underrated defenses in the country.
They're a team that I've loved taking as a dog and fading as a favorite. I'm not going to touch this game. Mm-hmm. But I think it's close. It's close.
Okay.
I lean Southern Miss as well. University of Louisiana Lafayette, Texas State, ULL -5 on the road, over under of 44, +175 on the money line for Texas State. We say this all the time, two bad teams. I'm going to take the home dog. I'm actually going to take Texas State +5 here.
I mean, Louisiana needs this game. They need it bad.
It does not matter to me.
But Elko Rico, I never lay points on the road. This is a pass for me.
App State, Georgia Southern. App State -6 on the road, over under of 64, +195 on the money line for Georgia Southern. Taking Georgia Southern plus the 6. I'm taking Georgia Southern money line.
I took them earlier in the week at 5.5. I didn't expect this to creep up. I still like it. Obviously, I still like it at 6. I'm at 5.5 and +190. Georgia Southern needs to win this game to get into a bowl game. App State, they're 6-5. It's on the road. What are they really playing for? It's not like these teams have a big rivalry.
They do. They do have a big rivalry. App State, Georgia Southern is a huge rivalry.
Really?
Yeah, they used to play all the time back in the FCS days.
I don't think it's that big, though.
I think it's fairly big.
I mean, I'll take Georgia Southern. I think what Clay Helton has done is phenomenal there. I think he's going to go to Georgia Tech, turn around that team. So, I like Georgia Southern plus the points.
Yeah, they've been playing since the 30s.
Oh wow!
And then they took like a gap from 39 to like 93. And then from 93 till they've played every year from 93 till now. I'm trying to see. App State, I think, holds the record 20-15.
Oh, I guess I was wrong. The Appalachian State Georgia football rivalry, also known as Deeper Than Hate.
Yeah, they really hate each other.
Oh, that's my bad. I was way off then, but I still like them. Playing for playing for a bowl game.
And I always take the points in the rivalry game.
Yep.
Middle Tennessee State, Florida International, the airport. Middle Tennessee State's -19.5 on the road, over under 55, +700 on the money line for FIU. God, it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points, Eric. Tell me not to take FIU.
Don't take FIU.
Okay, that's all I need. I'm not going to touch this game now.
I mean, I would definitely lead FIU. God damn, if they had one more win, I'd be all in on FIU. But
yeah, I'm not going to touch it. Nevada, UNLV -12.5 at home, over under 49, +360 on the money line for the Wolfpack.
Disappointing season for UNLV.
A little bit with how it started.
Yeah, a lot of points. This is just a pass.
Yeah, I lean towards Nevada, but this is a pass. God damn it. Come like 5 o'clock, I might bet Nevada.
I'll set a reminder on my phone telling you not to bet Nevada.
I might listen. UCF, South Florida. Central Florida's -19 on the road, over under 68, +625 on the money line. I took UCF here.
I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. UCF, they need it for our win total to go over. If anything in this game, I would put a small hedge on South Florida, just a straight up win. But at the position they're at, and UCF needing to win the game, I'm not going to do that. 19 is a lot of points, though. I don't,
They're part of my big spread parlay I gave out on Tuesday.
Even those big spreads, dude.
Oh, yeah. LSU, Texas A&M. LSU -10.5 on the road at Texas A&M. Over under 47.5, +300 on the money line for Texas A&M.
A lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
A lot of points. LSU has obviously that big game. Texas A&M, absolute dumpster fire this year in terms of offense. And, I'm hearing rumors that people are leaving. There's going to be a mass exit after this year. But it's kind of at that number where you just don't know what to do. So I'm going to pass.
Yeah, if I wasn't hearing all these rumors about Texas A&M, I would be all over them. But I don't know if this team is really playing for anything.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're not playing for a bowl, but I don't know if they're even playing for their coach.
Yeah,
Notre Dame,
coach either.
USC. USC's -4 at home, over under of 64, +160 on the money line for Notre Dame.
You know what? I'm sorry to do this to my boy Gina. Let's go Irish. Um, where is the hole in the USC defense? And don't get me wrong, they have a lot of holes. It's defending the tight end position. Notre Dame has the best tight end in the country, Michael Meyer. He is going to absolutely eat. And also, let's just kind of think of it like this.
Their run game is also really good.
Yeah. DTR played awful. Absolutely awful. I believe USC was +3 in turnover margin, and that game came down to the final possession.
Because he also is a gamer. He played awful, but also he put the game on his back at times.
USC just plays with fire, man. I mean, this defense is awful. Their best offensive play is Cade Williams gets flushed out of the pocket and he just makes a play to Jordan Addison. This Notre Dame defense is the best defense I think they've played. I think it's better than the Utah defense, better than the Oregon State defense. And let's not kid each other. They should have lost that game to Oregon State. I like Notre Dame here to come in. I like them to shock the world. Sharp money's coming in. I mean, we got it at 5.5. It's down to 4. Anything over a field goal I like. I'd still sprinkle on the money line too.
I'm with Uncle Rico here. I got it at 5.5. I like it at 4. The Pac-12 can't have nice things happen.
It's in their contract. They can't.
It's in their contract. They're not allowed. They have allowed 2 teams to make the playoffs, and since then, nothing but disappointment. Oklahoma, Texas Tech. Oklahoma's -2 on the road, over under of 65, +115 on the money line for Texas Tech.
Heavy lean to Texas Tech here, but didn't make the board.
Yeah, I might. If I make another round robin today, I'll throw them in, but otherwise, not touching this one. Syracuse, Boston College. Speaking of not wanting to touch, I don't want to touch this one at all. Syracuse is -10 on the road, over under 47, +285 on the money line for Boston College. I really want to take Boston College +10. I really do.
I mean, do you remember when they were 6-0 going in to play?
You talk about Syracuse?
Yeah.
Clemson,
and now they've lost 5 in a row. I mean, and there's
they were 6-0 and hadn't played an away game yet.
Yeah, so I mean, they just it is what it is.
I'm firing it. Give me Boston College. God damn it. +10.
Do it, Jimbo. Do it.
It's done. Tennessee at Vanderbilt. Tennessee -14 on the road, over under 63.5, +390 on the money line. I already took Vanderbilt with the points. I already took a money line. I still like him here.
Yeah, I got him at 14.5. I got Vandy plus the 14.5 and plus 430. Obviously, still like him here in this situation. Let's just look at the site. These are young kids, 20 to 22 years old. You lost to Georgia, but then somehow, with everything that happened, you're cycled in and you're alive to make it to the college football playoffs. You're alive. You go to South Carolina and you get absolutely boat raced. Then you're starting quarterback, who's a Heisman candidate, out for the year with the ACL. Feel bad for Hooker. That's a devastating injury. Obviously, feel bad for him. Never want to see a kid get hurt. But just the mental state of these kids, like how much are you going to see it? How much fight are you going to see it? I know this is a rivalry game.
You flip it back.
Vanderbilt fighting.
You talk about the mental state that you're in. Vanderbilt coming off of a 2-game SEC winning streak, potentially playing for a bowl game.
They could be going bowling, dude.
They've never had so much emotion in Nashville.
I mean, this is a huge game. I think Vandy's live. I think they straight up win. I take the points. I play the 14.5 and the 430. I'd still play it here. If it gets under, if it dips to 13.5, I don't like it as much.
Yeah.
But at this number, it's still an investment for me.
Tulsa at Houston. Houston -12.5, over under 67, +360 on the money line for the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
Nothing, dude. Just nothing.
Nothing. Maybe lean towards Houston.
Yep.
They could blow this one up. Who knows? I don't know. Kansas State. K-State is -12 at home, over under 62.5, +330 on the money line. I bet the over in this one. And I'm gonna spring. I like K-State a little bit.
Do we know who's playing quarterback
for K-State or for Kansas?
Yeah.
K-State. It's Will Howard. It's Howard.
All right, I would lean nothing. I'm not going to play this game.
I know just like K-State does love to crush Kansas. Every Texas fan on the planet will find themselves rooting for Kansas because if Kansas does win, then Texas is in the Big 12 championship game. I just played the over. I lean towards K-State. I'm not going to touch it because this does affect my future of K-State to win the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just a nice little comment from Walter. Josh Allen being proven a fraud. I don't know if I agree.
Well, everyone's allowed their opinion.
Damn right. Pittsburgh at Miami. Pitt is minus 6.5 on the road, over under 43, plus 210 on the money line for the Miami Hurricanes. Home dog. I know they're not playing for anything, but give me Miami.
I'd lead Miami here, but get no play.
Air Force, San Diego State. Air Force minus 2 on the road, over under 43.5, plus 110 on the money line for SDSU.
I'd lean San Diego State, but again, like,
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with this game.
I lean San Diego State, and I lean under 43.5. Washington State, the Apple Cup. Washington minus 1.5 on the road, over under of 60, plus 105 on the money line for the Washington State Cougs. I lean
Uncle
towards
Rico's
the
got
Cougs.
I would heavily lead toward the Cougs here. Great situational spot, but I kind of missed the number here. I wanted to get it closer to 3. I don't like this number.
Yeah, when it's like this close to like a pick'em, I don't like it. BYU Stanford. BYU minus 6.5 on the road, over under 57.5, plus 205 on the money line for the Stanford Cardinal. Fuck, I want to take Stanford.
I want nothing to do. I mean,
I'm not gonna bet it. I'm not touching it. That's the game. That's the last game of the day. I'm probably gonna bet it later tonight because it will be the last game playing today. Plays at 10 o'clock our time.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with it. Uncle Rico will be, I don't know, doing something else then.
It's probably a smart move. You know what? I don't have a round robin today. I have my round robin that I gave out on Tuesday. Go check that show out. So far, I think 2 of my teams have lost. Yeah, Baylor and Wyoming have disappointed, but Eastern Michigan did win. So today we got Auburn, Georgia Southern, Vanderbilt, Notre Dame, and Miami. Let's make a profit.
I mean, do you want to hear what my round robin was?
You know what? Give it to me because I'll jump on with it. What is it?
Well, I mean, Missouri already hit for the kid.
That's fair. Good one.
So hold on, I'm loading up my trusty application here.
Degeneracy loading, everybody.
My round robin I did. Obviously leg. Oh my god. Sorry, I gotta get the. I'm telling you, dude. As a public service announcement, I had one of my friends. She likes to gamble a little bit. Her account at a sports book we'll call King Draft was completely hacked, and they withdrew all $600 in her account. I mean, completely hacked. So, guys and girls, you got to make sure you put on those two-step notifications. My money round line was Missouri already hit, little UTEP, Oregon State, Iowa State, Georgia Southern, Notre Dame, and Vandy.
Okay, I fucking lied. I am gonna make one today. I lied, Eric. I lied to the people. I lied. I'm gonna make a round robin. Oh god, it's gonna get interesting. I'll tell you that much. Ooh. We're getting interesting and feisty with it. Okay. Give me Oregon State. I'll get on UTEP with you.
Yes.
I'm not gonna touch Michigan State.
Soft.
Well, I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think there's a chance they win. I'll take Notre Dame. I'll take Boston College.
Take a little BC.
Okay, so here's what I got. It's different than the one I gave out on Tuesday. It's still just as disgusting, though. Akron, Georgia State, West Virginia,
Oof.
UTEP, Boston
Oh,
College, Oregon State, Iowa State, Notre Dame.
oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay. And it's bet. It's done. It's done. Eric, favorite play of the day.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, probably Notre Dame plus the points for me. Mine's going to be Memphis SMU over 69. That's my favorite play.
I like it. I like it.
Awesome. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time when we're doing probably just the Army-Navy game, and then it's conference championship talk.
Oh, isn't it? No, vice versa. So
That's
this
right.
Monday,
That's right.
this Tuesday, the one that will come out, we'll have our reaction to the college football playoff rankings. We'll do a little preview of our initial thoughts of championship week. And then the following week is Army-Navy.
Damn right. We'll see you for every step along the way. You know we're going to be talking about bowl games. You know we're going to be talking about the playoffs. This is the College Football Tailgate, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.